And welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks, and I appreciate y'all being here. I don't even see my volume working. I'm gonna assume it worked though. Alright, so I want to break down a few things that I noticed. And I've been noticing this for a while. I'm not gonna be here that long. One of the things I noticed was Katt Williams has 28 million views and counting in 48 hours. It's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Katt. But at least once a week I study this tribalist thing and I go through the tribal codes of the Constitution and things of that nature. And you guys know how important it is to me personally to get diplomatic plates. It's just a personal thing, right? I was going to join the United Nations and get some diplomatic plates, and I still might. But while I was going through my journey, I found an article with an attached video, a video that's public on YouTube, by the way, but I'm not going to share it, that teaches you how to make your driver's license sovereign. Let me tell you what that means. That means that no matter what car you're in, you don't have to buy a city sticker, you don't have to register your car. There is no way that the state can take your car back. Now, everybody who's actually owned a car before knows that you never actually own your car, right? You can cash it out, but if you don't get that license plate sticker or that window sticker, the state can come take your car. They just take your. It's crazy. And this was a reach around that. And the crazy thing is, in order to, um, I almost want to use the word. Nah, I ain't gonna use that word. But in order to get your license on that point, it don't even matter what car you drive, as long as you got a special plate that you can transfer to any car that you're in. You can just take it off, put it on any car. They can't take your car. You don't have to pay for anything. And I remember an old Patrice O'Neal joke that said, "Man, you ain't never gonna get money for reparations, so black people should just not have to pay taxes, like the Native Americans, basically." And I was like, "Yo, that's dope." This is one of those things, right? When I looked at her tutorial, the article plus the video had less than 900 people that took advantage of this, just learning the information, not even doing it, just learning it. 900 people. 28 million for Katt Williams roasting old comedians with 20-year-old beef. 900 views for you'll never have to worry about your car going to an impound or being confiscated. We might still get impounded, but it gets confiscated ever again. On a related note, my dad is retired. Finally, he retired big 3 years ago, and his house is paid for free and clear. And we have been going through, um, we have been having personal, um, I don't want to say beef because I don't have beef with my father, but we haven't been seeing eye to eye because my dad is a boomer, so he has been looking for a woman to give his house to. I carry his name, first and last. I'm his only son. He wanted to give it to a fucking strange bitch, some homeless whore that had two kids, talking about she might need a home because she might need a family. The whole family, my sisters, my cousins, like, yo, keep that house in the family. He just wants to give it away to a random bitch. You know why? Because he's a fucking boomer. And that's what happens to black wealth. You give it all to women, and women give it all back to the state in exchange for benefits from the state. Any man who does anything for a woman just to arbitrarily do it because she's a woman is a traitor to their race. And all women are traitors to every race because no woman is race loyal. My dad finally came around because, of course, it was a black woman. So, of course, before he can even give it to her, she tried to set him up and steal his shit because, that's what black girls do. So then, like, on a last, um, like, as a last resort, you're like, son, do you want this house? Nigga, please. But he's still my father. So I told my father last month, I said, well, look, because, like most people, well, I ain't gonna say most people, but like a lot of us, you still get mail at your parents' house. Like, to the day my grandparents died, my dad was going to their house to get his mail. Just don't want people to know where you live, right? Um, so part of this whole tribal initiative, even before, way before it was even a tribal initiative, we had a foundation. We still have a foundation. And I was cool with the Cook County treasurer, and we were speaking, and then I looked up some other stuff. Come to find out, um, because when we founded the foundation, I used my dad's address, that his house is eligible to be exempt of property tax. So think about that. You own your house, but you really don't own your house because if you don't pay for the property tax, they'll take your house. Really, they taking the property. If you got a truck, you can pick your house up and take it somewhere else. But generally speaking, if your house got a basement, you can't just pick it up and take it with you. So they take your house for property tax. I say, Pop, listen, you ain't even got to pay property tax no more. This all you got to do is pay $150 and you will never have to pay property tax again. All you got to do is worry about your light and your gas. He told me it can't be true. It must be a scam. I said, God damn. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah. And then I remembered he was a boomer, and boomer they think like women, so it is what it is. But as I'm going through my tribal journey, and I know a lot of niggas think this is entertainment, and that's cool, cause you can ha ha he, and we gonna do our thing anyway. But as I'm going through my tribal journey, um, I'm just noticing all of these opportunities to be American. And America is the land of the free. It's the land of the free. But freedom just takes extra steps now. You might have to pay a couple of dollars for emancipation. You might have to pay a couple of dollars for a form or some type of ID number, some type of exemption number. But it really is the land of the free as long as you can open up a book. And we already know you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. But as long as you open up a book and you know what to research, and America's this place that doesn't give you all the information in one place, so you have to, use references and go here and there. You might have to go to three or four places to get all four pieces of information you need because they don't want to make it easy for you. But it's easy. Like most of the stuff is free or very inexpensive, and you never have to do anything. I mean, I look for the codes on how to um how to acquire small towns, right? How to be able to get the small town and you kind of own it. Um, because there's a lot of abandoned cities in America, a lot of them. So how to do eminent domains using such and such, and how to um finesse in such a way, like I was trying to tell my dad, like so you don't have to pay property tax. In the same way that projects don't have to pay property tax, right? Like girls, like when you have project buildings like Marcy Projects or Cabrini Green or something like that, do you really think that they pay property tax on all that land that they put those cribs on? No, they do not. It's just certain codes you got to use that people got to research. But when I research how many people went to the research, because they show you the how many people have read the article or how many people have watched the video, they tell you it's right there. Just like you can tell how many people watching this video just by looking at it on the homepage. Speaking of that, click like as y'all come in, man. Like it for your boy, man, for the algorithm. Um, bro, it's always less than 1,000 people. Always. Katt Williams, 28 million. Life changing information, less than 1,000. It's crazy. I'm gonna tell you something else I was thinking about. I came up with this last night, and I don't know if motivational Mitch in the chat right now, but I meant to call him yesterday because his dad is a grant writer, and we need a couple of grants written. I thought about yesterday. You know what I thought about, guys? How to get free women, my nigga. Free women. Essentially, think about it like this. Tribally speaking, I tell you all the time, man, that I don't believe in wives. I believe in secretaries. What if I told you guys that there are groups, their only job is to pay for your secretaries? Will pay for your personnel. You don't believe me? Talk to anybody that works at an elementary school. I guess any school, but all my friends work elementary. I don't really know high school friends. Um, do you know in elementary school they have to get funding for every facet of elementary school? So if you send your kid to school at 3 years old, that's early education. Early education classes are not part of K through 8. So that's an entirely different fund, right? So they payroll comes from a different place. Their funds for the crayons and cardboard paper. It's a whole different fund, right? Even on a main level, they have to send out grant info in order for the teachers to get paid and for equipment, whatever the case may be. Every school all around America, right? There is no um there's a salary. There's a salary. When they say teachers get paid, blah blah blah, and there's a salary per kid, they say students, every student is such and such. That is true. But for them to get that, that is not that is grant money. That's why on the first day of school, attendance is so important because they get funded for the rest of the year based on how many kids show up on day one, right? If it's 20 kids in class and only 10 show up, they only get half the funding for that year. Crazy, right? But that's how it works, right? So, what if I told you guys if you train your toddler and you become a certified toddlerologist, that when you get a toddler, because you're a certified toddlerologist, Tribe can pay for your chick for you, at least a portion of it, at least a portion. You know what I mean? So if you got a girl, she cook clean, you know, y'all have it, but if she cook and clean and you know do little things, watch kid, whatever, um, there's actually the same money that they use for CNAs, the same money they use for teachers, all that. There is money out there for you to pay your girl. Tribally, what we do. I told y'all I'm ahead of the curve, man. Y'all niggas just the man who believes he can and believes he can are the same man, right? Y'all just never seen what I said before, cause nobody does things right now. You live in a real matriarchal society where they try to make women so horrible that you don't want to date them so you don't reproduce and they can keep down population and so they can extract all the resources from you and make sure you can never reach um, any type of financial gain if you have a woman. Do you know how crazy it is for you to be biologically pre-programmed to desire women and want to protect and provide for women, and then the laws tell you, nah, son, nah, too dangerous. Turn around, go left, right? And then as an American citizen, no matter where you go in the world, for all the passport bros. And if you're in the service, y'all know this to be true. No matter where you go in the world, if a girl, if you knock a girl up and she make it to the U.S. embassy, you still got to pay child support, no matter where you are in the world when you knock up. I mean, you can renounce your citizenship. You can do that, but as an American citizen, they can come at you at all times. It's crazy, bro. Ask one of them guys who didn't make it to the NBA and got to play in Italy that knocked up a chick in Italy. See it to be so, right? Can you believe they criminalized being a man, and now you have to go through extra steps and fill out extra paperwork to emancipate yourself to be a man? Anyway, man, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I'll open up the chat though, man. I don't mind talking to y'all today, man. It's Sunday, it's early. I'm gonna open up the chat. I'm gonna take a quick break so I can find the link and I'm gonna drop the link. Toddler secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other tolerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Know your soul. Know your soul. I feel like acting smart today, man. If y'all got any questions about anything I'm talking about how to be tax free, how to be sovereign, how to all that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can pull up on the pull up. You know, I ain't. I'll tell you whether or not, to my knowledge, whether or not it's possible. Um, but I'll also say this: when you, as a man, right? As a man, your job is to solve problems. You get rewarded for solving problems, generally speaking. Right? Generally speaking, you're supposed to. If you're in IT, you get paid to solve problems. If you have a craft, a electrician, a plumber, you get paid to solve problems. But when you dealing with these goddamn coloreds, man, they want you to solve everything for free. They want you to give them free information. They want you to save their community for free. They want you to babysit for free, which is what being a stepdaddy is. Being a Actually, they want you to pay to be a babysitter. That's what a stepdaddy really is. Paying a motherfucker to take care of somebody else's kid. It's unnatural. It's unnatural. But as a man, if your job is to solve problems, then you have to identify your problem, bro. Shout out to Mr. O. Man, remember for 3 months, shout out to you, bro. I still ain't got my taco, but shout out to the dinosaur. I was just thinking about you yesterday, Mr. O. No cap. I'm having. You know they shut down my post office, bro. I might show you on camera, bro. I've been looking at this box for a minute, man. I got something nice for you, bro. Cause you've been waiting so long. You ain't even said shit, but I tripled you up. You love whenever I can find a fucking post office. Anyway, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. They closing all the post office. I know you're not from Chicago. I know you from Massachusetts. I got the right one this time, my G. I got the right one. You Mr. O, not from Chicago. I know which one you are, bro. Anyway, but yeah, bro. So if you got a problem with your education system, you build a better bird, right? You don't duplicate what's not working. You don't say, man, we're gonna start our own school and then you hire a bunch of chicks and you use the same curriculum that they use in public school. That makes no sense. If you have a problem with your girls, you don't But you can do what you want to do. You can passport, you can go white, you can do whatever you want to do. But a problem with your girl is a you problem, right? Because she's the problem. So as a man, you got to solve the problem. So you got to train your toddler. If you have a problem with whatever it is that's going on outside of your space, you circle the wagons and create a safe space for you and yours. You tribe up, right? There's this shut up, Smoggy. So they are yelling bankrupt though. There's a part of being pro black is being anti white, right? So all good things according to blacks are white people things. Articulation, um, literacy, uh, legitimate jobs, all that's quote unquote white. It's weird. It's weird. But women can do it all the time and nobody says anything about them. Women can get jobs, women can get degrees, women can learn how to read. They never quite learn how to count. Women can do all this shit and they just intelligent, college educated black woman, strong, independent. You do it, you acting white. I'm trying to tell you who your enemy is and you don't even see it. They're trying to tell you that white people are the enemy, so you the enemy because you functional. They saying function is the enemy. Y'all blaming it on white people. Really, they saying that any type of structure or camaraderie or teamwork or organization is acting white. Let me tell you something. And then when they say we all need to get together, they only want you to get together to make shit better for a bitch that don't want to see you be happy. That's crazy. So really the problem is your bitch. So the first thing you got to do is create a safe space for yourself and your brothers. And then once you guys have that situation down between you guys, you can train your toddler and give them a playground to play in. But what I'm saying is, what I've noticed about the coloreds is they do everything right to be dysfunctional. I'll give you an example. Any hood USA, any hood USA, it don't matter if they black, white, Latino, any hood USA, there is a gang that creates their own turf and then defends their gang turf from other gangs. That's all they do. It's a Crip neighborhood. Cool, we Hoover Crips. That's all it's gonna be over here is Hoover Crips. Can't nobody else come over here who ain't no Hoover Crip. They better not wear red. They better not. They better not do nothing. This Hoover Crip. They lock that down. And God bless them, man. Tribe up. That's they tribe. But when you have upstanding, law-abiding, employed, functional men, they never say, "Yo, we should come together and make our own little turf, a turf of functionality, a turf of paternal guidance, a turf of men owning homes and raising their kids and women shutting the fuck up if they had clothes on." You know what I mean? They never say, "Man, we gonna make a functional thing." That's why every time you see where black people are, it's the hood. Cause y'all let bitches talk with clothes on. You let them buy real estate. You let them run homes. Whether or not you let them, the state lets them parent children. Oh, none of that should ever happen. None of that should ever happen. Yo, Black Thoughts, you here late, bro? I don't know. I might play the intro again, man. Y'all ain't coming up to chop it up anyway. I might play the intro again real quick. Yeah. Let me see if I still got it up. Yeah, somebody told one of the guys, if you from a two-parent household, what did it say? Oh, that's crazy. Say it's sexist to be from a two-parent household. Hold on, I'll show you. I believe the post. I believe him. I believe she said it. This ain't I said this is but I believe she said it. I know what it is too. Hold on. You know what's clogging it up? Cause y'all ain't coming up no way.
Thai beats.
Hold on. I ain't playing now. Y'all done broke my screen. Hold on. StreamYard done broke my screen. And y'all ain't even popping up on StreamYard. And then I messed up my screen. Click on StreamYard. StreamYard be freezing me, man.
Thai beats. Purchase your tracks today.
Yo, let me pause real quick. This is our tribal flag, right? I need somebody to make a beer, bro. Make us a beer. Tribe need a beer, man. You need a flag and a beer. We got a flag. We need a beer. I don't drink beer, but still. Once again, a little bit of paperwork. So we had to send that to the IRS. The feds had to approve it, which they approve it. Um, so they asking for a tribal charter. I keep telling them like, yo, I'ma send it, but I ain't sending it because I can't tribe with nobody who didn't take tolerology, my nigga. I refuse. I refuse to tribe with niggas that'll kill me over a bitch. I refuse, man. I refuse. The number one thing that kills every movement is a woman. We're actually a nigga that'll kill you over a woman. Every movement. I don't care whether it works for you or not. If y'all really thought about it, the things that you call blatant racism is sexual, right? It's sexual. It's being hung over a white woman, towns burned because of a lying white woman, people getting lynched because they looked after their sister who got had sex with a white man. That's just a racial component, right? And that gets glamorized. Y'all forget that the whole change comes because of the reaction toward that woman, right? So you can say Emmett Till was deleted over a lying white woman, which is absolutely true, but you forget that the civil rights movement started and that was the catalyst, right? You can say that um that chattel slavery, which honestly, bro, didn't really last as long as y'all really think it did. Um, it lasted about long enough for a person to, for a grandparent, parent, and grandchild. It really did. This whole nation, from the inception of this nation into the freedom of the slaves, was done in Thomas Jefferson's lifetime. Think about that. In one man's lifetime, this place became a nation and freed the slaves in Thomas Jefferson's lifetime. Did I just lie? Andrew Jackson, I mean, my bad. In Andrew Jackson's lifetime. Look up Andrew Jackson's date of birth and Andrew Jackson's death, and you will see the beginning of America and the end of slavery. It was that quick. It was that quick. It began with a black woman, and I tell you all this all the time. Y'all be like, white supremacy. It started with a black woman called Elizabeth Key Stanton. Y'all could Google it. Elizabeth Key Stanton. I guess her maiden name was Key, and she married a white dude named Stanton. Y'all can look that up. And it ended because a white man, because John Brown. Actually, it ended because of what happened to damn, what's my man name that took him to the Supreme Court, and they said, man, that black people have no rights in America. Damn, what was his name? That's who. I can't think of his name for shit. But he said Thomas Jefferson is Jeffrey Epstein. That's hilarious. Oh, damn, what was his name, man? Anyway, he had gone from Alabama to Missouri. Missouri was a free state. He sued and said I should be free because I'm in a free state. They said, man, we don't have to respect no laws and rules for a Negro. White people got mad. White people got mad. White people. John Brown started passing all the black people pistols like, yo, we gonna go to war. You know what I'm saying? They end up catching them. They deleted them. They hung them. And then America was so outraged by it that they had a civil war. Was it about commerce? Yes, that was part of it too. But all of those things, man, they were already abolitionists. Like everybody went on that bullshit. And most of these things start over women and end over the reaction of men. Us as men right now, we can turn this around. We can turn this around right now. Once America sees men stand up and say, "Yo, this is what we doing over here," like we not even trying to save the colors. We trying to save ourselves. Look, y'all, this the real SYSBM. We just trying to save ourselves. Look, this is what we doing. This how I move over here. Y'all can have the women, gays, and felons. Y'all can do y'all thing. We ain't trying to save all the crayons. We just doing our own thing right here. Let us be great. You don't need no numbers. You ain't got to worry about all the. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? The tiny hat's only 1% of America. The Asians only 3% of America. They doing just fine. You don't need a lot of numbers. You don't need many of them. Less is more, and gets plenty of them. Just need the right niggas, man, and be like, yo, let's do this. We see the problem. This is a solution. The solution ain't for everybody because the solution take discipline, structure, and you got to be able to follow instructions. And that's not for everybody. That's not for the blacks. The blacks don't like order and structure. So let them be chaotic. Let them call us the white people or black people. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. And then, we'll turn around and use the same government funds and pay for slaves, right? What up, Shaka? Yeah, man, you did your thing last night, bro. Shaka, the Juice and Berry Tupac in this motherfucker. Juice and Berry 2, that's what I'm calling you from now on. Juice and Berry Tupac. Um, yo, he was on real shit. Anyway, guys, ain't nobody pull up, so I'm gonna pull out. Hey, that sounded crazy. That sounded crazy. But plus, ain't nobody support the show, man. Click like, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cash apps, so I ain't got nobody to shout out. But love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Try buck. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. No soap. No soap. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. No soap. No soap. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. No soap. No soap. Dirty folks. Dirty folks.
You see, I fucked him up. I got this nigga. He alright. You know, something.